we are looking at the sheep brain. It's a model. You are looking at the inferior view. You can see the cerebellum here. That's your cerebrum. So that tells you that's the posterior end of the brain, and this is the inferior view of the brain. And also you can tell this is your right and that's your left. So if I'm passing my needle along, I am dividing the brain into the right and left hemisphere from this view. Okay, because you have these color-coded nerve endings on the sheep brain. So starting like from 1, 2 and so on, we have 12 pairs of cranial nerves. Okay, so you can identify them either on the right side or on the left side, but you can see in some places it crosses over. For example, like your optic nerves, you may have seen on the brain, optic chiasma, the crossover point, right? So first I'm going to show you the numbering, then we will learn more about each one of them. Okay, so first let's do the numbering, meaning the identification. Okay, most of the cranial nerves follow the sequence like 1 through 12, but you need to be careful when you come to numbers 4, 5 and 6 and also 12. Okay, so let's get started. Number 1, cranial nerve number 1. Remember, you should use the Roman numerals. Cranial number 1, 2, 3, 4 is a little deep inside, 4, 5, 6, then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 goes even beyond, further down the spinal cord, and number 12 is here. So the main thing you have to focus, 4, 5, 6, they are a little bit off in the sequence, and 12 comes in the middle. Okay, and the 6 and 12 are more on the medial side of the brain. Okay, so you need to pay attention when you go through the list. Okay, now let's look at what these 12 nerves are, whether they are sensory, what do they do. We can do this based on logics, or you can use mnemonics. So mnemonics are given in your book, so you can go to the book and find the mnemonics, and let's go over each one. Okay, so number 1 is your olfactory nerve. That's sensory in function. It helps to detect smell. Olfactory refers to smell. Okay, number 2, that's your optic nerve. It's sensory in function, and optic means vision, so it helps with vision, so it's sensory. Number 3, oculomotor. The name tells you ocular refers to the eye, motor means movement. Okay, so oculomotor, that helps to move your eye. And number 4, trochlear. Number 5 is your trigeminal. Number 6 is your obtusans. Number 3, 4 and 6, meaning your oculomotor, trochlear and obtusans, they help with eye movement. There are different muscles that move the eye. We'll see when we do the eye. So these nerves operate the different muscles that help with eye movement. But let's say eye movement is the primary function for these 3 muscles, meaning 3, 4 and 6. Number 5, the big yellow one you see there, that's your trigeminal nerve. They call it trigeminal nerve because it has 3 branches, and one of the branches has sensory function, others have motor function. So because of that, we call it a mixed nerve. So if you look at the functions of the trigeminal nerve, it can detect sensations from face, eyes, teeth and tongue. Also it helps with some movement of chewing muscles. Then we are going to look at number 7. It's your facial nerve. So this nerve goes to your face. It's mixed nerve, and it can have 5 branches going across your face. So one of them has a taste sensation detection, and the others are involved in facial expression, meaning various muscles on your face depending on the location, so you can give the facial expressions. Okay, number 8, that's your vestibulocochlear nerve, also called auditory or acoustic nerve. Vestibulocochlear is preferable. When you do the ear, you will learn vestibule and cochlea are part of the inner ear, so you can associate the name with that. Hearing is the function. It helps with hearing, so it's sensory. Category is sensory. Number 9 is glossopharyngeal nerve, and number 12 is hypoglossal. Let's do this together. The glossopharyngeal and hypoglossal. Glossy in appearance meaning shiny. Normally your tongue is shiny, so you can relate that to these two nerves. The glossopharyngeal is mixed. It detects sensations from throat, and also it moves some of the throat muscles, emptying of salivary glands, and also it detects taste. Taste is one of the primary functions. Remember, we talked about one branch of facial nerve also detecting taste, because we have different tastes like sweet, sour, bitter, and all of that. So the different branches detect different types of taste. Moving on, number 10 is your vagus nerve. It's a very important nerve. It's mixed also, so it detects sensations and helps with movement around your throat, respiratory system, the heart, the digestive system, and so on. And then number 11 is your spinal accessory. You can see it going down your spine. So this helps. This is a motor nerve. It helps with movement of your head, shoulder, and throat muscles. And last one, hypoglossal, number 12. We talked about glossy being the shiny appearance of the tongue. This goes below the tongue and helps to move the tongue. So tongue movement is the function for the hypoglossal nerve.